Leaving Mystic, Connecticut this morning and headed to the Norman Rockwell Museum in Stockbridge, Massachusetts.
So I want to set this straight right now. Mr. Rockwell did all of that. He not only did cover work for magazines, illustrating the stories in the magazine, illustrating books. We also got very involved in advertising. Just adjacent behind you here is a small little gallery, but it gives you a sense of how it's work is. That's what he's known for, detail. This was a long-term project. He began it up in Vermont, never liked the image, but liked some of those neighbors that dressed for the part for him and decided to bring him into the 1960s Stockbridge era. But this image itself, the original charcoal, is actually going to be at the UN this year for its 70th anniversary. So this is a copy of a copy, but this is literally how it looked on the floor in 1960. He had this in this corner of the room. He sits and paints. My associate always just puts pictures up, and I let this booklet out. People look at it.
Today we're going to start off and we're going to see Calvin Coolidge's birthplace, and this is where he took the oath of office. So we're hitting the topmost, northernmost part of the trip. These are some of the spots we're going to hit. So we're going to first go and stop in Plymouth, Vermont. This is where Calvin Coolidge, our 30th president, was born. Gorgeous little town. These are his, this is his farmland, his spread. It was raining today, so I didn't get any video. This is where he took the oath of office from his dad. He later went to Washington and got it from the Supreme Court, but this is where he first got it. Well, we're on the bus, and as you can see, it is raining. Nice break from the Phoenix summer heat. We were here again in July. So this is some of the countryside in Vermont. We're heading now to Woodstock, Vermont. We're going to be coming up now on a covered bridge, so we'll listen to the tour guide as we turn on US Highway 40.
Lots of repairs from the storm.
Yeah, lots of repairs to the newer pieces of wood from where the water was so high it was banging against the bottom of this, and they had to repair a lot of the slats of wood.
Well, here we are, arriving in Woodstock, Vermont. Great little town. As you can see, the rain has stopped. Everything's nice and clean. And we're here for lunch. Coming up on a covered bridge, one of the many that Vermont is famous for. Walking around Woodstock, Vermont, I just came across this inn that I thought was so picturesque and so reminiscent of the New England states, especially after the rain we just had. Lunch break in Woodstock, Vermont, and that's Shirley, who joined us from the group. Here's our driver on the left, Craig, and our tour director, Tom. Coochie Gorge in Vermont. This is where it's at on the map. Now we'll continue heading north in Vermont and then cross over into New Hampshire, where we'll spend the night in North Conway, New Hampshire at the Red Jacket Resort. The view from the porch of the room at the Red Jacket Resort in North Conway, New Hampshire. Okay, it's day 6 and we're off to Portland, Maine and Kennebunkport, Maine, home of President Bush. Pulling into Kennebunkport now. We'll listen to the tour director here.
Settled by the white man back in 1653. Shipbuilding area, as so many of the other places in this area. Arundel, there's really 3 towns. There's Kennebunkport, there's Kennebunk, there's Arundel. That sort of form a trio together. There's form a region where they send all those kids to that Kennebunk High School. And if you're wondering if this is sort of a religious settlement or settled by folks who are interested in religion, just know that the Kennebunks between the 2 cities have 21 places of worship. Pretty amazing. Well, he's having some money trouble, so he's trying to raise some money to pay the bills there at the windmill.
Right. It's up there.
Now, typically, right where those buoys are off to the right is where you'd see his black boat, and then there'd be another boat that Secret Service uses when they're here, and neither of them are there, so maybe they're out. That'd be cool. The Texas flag flying over there. The Maine state flag.
Absolutely. I'm starving. Talk your heart.
Well, our last full night on the trip, which was Monday night, we were treated to a lobster dinner.